Thanks for the support as a channel member, DC Maximo. Well, folks, I finally got my man Donnarumma is a Leicester player. He was one of many players who came in during yesterday's transfer special. We've spent big again, and the only thing that's going to be good enough for us this year is a Premier League win and a deep run in the Champions League, which might still be a tall order. But we played Barcelona today, so we'll get a good idea of how good we are then. Hello and welcome to part 13 of my FM21 beta save with Leicester. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have our first Premier League game of the new season at home against newly promoted Watford, and then we play the European Super Cup against Barcelona. If you missed the transfer special yesterday, I strongly recommend you go back and watch that before watching any more of this video, because you're about to get big spoilers, because there has been big transfer stuff going on at Leicester this summer, and we've moved on a lot of players. Big transfers leaving the club this summer. Ayoze Perez, James Justin, Rodrigo Chiao, Wesley Fofana's gone out on loan again. We also sold Emerson and a few of the other fringe players as well, bringing in over £100 million in players in transfers for the second summer in a row, and we spent big with that money. Divock Origi and Cengiz Under, who were here last year, had their loans made permanent. Then we also signed Andrea Belotti from Torino for £44.5 million. Alex Grimaldo came in from Benfica for £31.5 million. David Neres is in from Ajax, £24.5 million. Luis Felipe in from Lazio, never heard of him, £23 million. Of course, Donnarumma coming in from AC Milan on his free transfer, and Renato Sanchez coming in from Lille for £38.5 million. It's been a big spending summer. Before everyone says I'm insane, though, let's just do some maths. So what's that? 70, that's like 95. So we've spent a net 75 million. You know what? A net spend of 75 million when we were given a budget of 58. I've not gone as crazy as I thought I had. And I think we've got a super, super strong team and a super strong squad for this season ahead now. There's nothing that I think I would do. If you gave me another 100 million, I don't know where I would put it. So I'm really excited. I do know where I'd put it. I'd buy a centre-back, but never mind that. We can't spend. I've bought like 6 centre-backs in this save already. It's episode 13. So this is going to be the team we put out there to face Watford. It's a bit of a new look Leicester side, but it's a side that has to hit the ground running, because we are properly looking for a Premier League win this year. We were worth it last year. It was just a slow start cost us, but we were good value for our third place finish. And if we just started the season as strongly as we ended it, that Liverpool result aside, we'd have been very much in a title race. So we can't afford a slow start. And despite all these new signings, it's not actually a hugely different side. 4 debuts today. I think 4 debuts is okay. So we're going with Donnarumma in goal, a back four, Grimaldo, Evans, Sayuncu and Pereira, and Didi at the base of the midfield, Tielemans and Maddison ahead of him, and then Origi, Belotti and Neres are our front three, playing together for the first time. There's a lot of pressure on Belotti today, because not only is he getting the nod ahead of Jamie Vardy to start the season as our first choice striker, but also as it stands at the moment, last year's big hope up front, Odsonne Edouard, isn't even in our Premier League squad. We can't fit him into the squad. We're putting a lot of faith in Belotti. If he doesn't come good immediately, I might have to panic and get Edouard back in, although at the moment he's got a broken leg, so he's going to be out until Christmas anyway. But we haven't sold him because of that broken leg and because nobody wanted him. But Vardy is obviously lurking to come back into the team, although he does turn 35 in I think the first half of this season. I'm not sure when Jamie Vardy's birthday is, but I know he was 34 for a lot of last season. So I think he turns 35 shortly. Of course, had that hip injury at the end of last season, but then did come back to score in the league for us on the final day and play in the Europa League final, which of course we won. So Vardy's back, hopefully. Origi, for the third time of asking, trying to get the crossover, finds Maddison, whose shot is saved by the Watford goalkeeper, and then it goes out for a goal kick. But we've started quite brightly here. And what we want to be seeing early on is Belotti getting opportunities. Cross comes in from the corner from Maddison. It ends up with Origi on the edge of the area, who's beaten a couple of men. Origi cuts it back to Maddison, and Maddison has had 2 good opportunities already, both put on a plate for him by Divock Origi, who there were times this summer when I was toying with the idea of letting Origi go, because obviously Harvey Barnes had a sensational match-winning performance in the Europa League. But Origi was just my boy last year. I like Origi. Indeed, he's got a gashed leg, apparently. So we're going to keep an eye on his fitness levels. I don't think having a Paulie is necessarily a reason to get substituted, but we'll monitor him as the game goes on. Neres with the first time pass forward for Belotti, who plays it back to Tielemans. Neres again, who's looking for Grimaldo now. We've not seen much of him charging forward on this left-hand side yet. Finds Johnny Evans. Maddison's drifted wide. Grimaldo again, playing infield to Tielemans, who I think he's fouled there, but apparently not. Watford lumped the ball forward, and our back 2 deal with it relatively comfortably for Ndidi to just get the ball moving forward again. It's Neres in a huge amount of space. Goes past his man, lovely turn of pace, and it's a debut goal for David Neres. It's 1-0 to Leicester, and we looked very good throughout that entire highlight. We produced 2 good chances. We were never in any trouble when the ball came back into our half, and this is something we didn't really get from this wing last year. Akone did it a little bit at the start of the year, but when his form went off a cliff after Vardy got injured, he kind of built a partnership with Vardy, but couldn't play with Edouard at all. So probably feels a little bit hard done by that he's fallen down the pecking order. But Neres, if he's going to do that, he's my man. He's in. And that sort of attacking midfield 3 of Origi, Neres and Maddison, very much running this game so far. I would like to see more of Belotti, but the season still has plenty of time to go. And what am I trying to do here? I'm trying to tell him to don't get complacent. I don't know what hand gesture means. Don't get complacent yet. Is that pointed finger? Seems a little bit harsh to point fingers when we're 1-0 up. Although I guess we should be better than 1-0 up if you look at XG. Oh my word, Donnarumma a little bit lucky there that the ball comes back off the crossbar. That wouldn't have been a nice way to concede your first goal. When you're as big as he is, being beaten from a header from a cross, he should be dominantly claiming that kind of thing. Right, Ricardo Pereira plays it forward to Belotti. It's our first chance to have a look at him running at defenders. I don't know, does Jamie Vardy score there? Oh, Belotti, similar to Edouard, it's a very much a poison chalice coming into Leicester trying to replace Jamie Vardy. I know we've spent a lot of money on him, but Belotti's got to be very good very quickly to win the fans over, because they will be calling for Jamie Vardy back in this team now, probably. They've seen Belotti miss a couple of chances, and depending on how much they like me, hopefully last season means they won't pick on me straight away. But it won't take too long for the Jamie Vardy chance to start if Belotti doesn't come in and just start banging the goals in immediately. And Pereira through to Belotti, and there is his debut goal. And that's exactly what he needed. You do a forward roll and celebrate and just go and stand in front of them fans. There you go. They love him. They love him already. Oh, phew. That's what we needed. That's what we never got out of Edouard. He never made a good first impression. Belotti now has, and hopefully can go on and have a long and fruitful career as Leicester's #1 striker. There's no question of offside. We don't need to be... See, I mean, there isn't, actually. There's daylight there between the two of them. Absolutely no question of offside. And that it's just a tidy finish. And we need to start keeping an eye on fitness levels, because we do play Barcelona in 4 days' time. So now is probably the time to have a little look at Ndidi, maybe on the hour mark, and especially if he's sliding around like that. It looked like a decent interception, but caused us a few problems. But Donnarumma, showing why we're paying him all that money to come in and be our new goalkeeper, just kept big, kept on his feet, and it was a relatively comfortable save for him in the end. It comes to Ndidi again at the base of the midfield. Tielemans has dropped back there to join him and get the ball moving forward. Neres does very well to keep hold of the ball. Belotti's in again, and Belotti scores again. Leicester have a new hero. Oh, this couldn't be going any better than it is right now. I'm very, very happy. It's 3-0 to Leicester. Pinch of salt time. Remember, Watford are newly promoted, but it's still nice to see players playing as well as Neres and Belotti are on their debuts. We obviously have a few more debuts to play at some point as well. Renato Sanchez isn't on the pitch at the moment, for example, not even on the bench. Right, we can take Ndidi off, I think. I don't think he needs to make himself any more broken than he already is. So we don't really have a centre mid on the bench. So I think what we're probably going to do is go to a 4-2-3-1. If we just go to the tactics screen, we could get potentially Maddison in that hole. Why can't I get hold of Ndidi? There you go. Or we could get, who could go in there? Ikone probably is the man to go in there, I think. And just play in as the attacking midfielder. Just not because we wanted to make any major tactical change, just really to get Ndidi off the pitch. He picked up a knock. Let's get him off the pitch. He doesn't need to be on there any longer. Donnarumma's beaten there, but luckily the ball just pinballs around the 6-yard box in front of him. He does a little bit of a dive, makes himself look a little bit silly, but gets away with it. We've just brought Barnes on for Maddison because it's an easy straight swap to make. Both Barnes and Maddison equally adept playing as the inside forward on the left or as the Mazzala in the central midfield. So Barnes can just come on and slot into that role as Maddison was starting to tire. And then I guess for my final change, we've got to get Vardy on, haven't we? Or Belotti's on a hat-trick. It's not really the done thing to take off a striker on his hat-trick, is it? Origi, back to Ikone, who did have a little bit of a moan right at the start of pre-season, because apparently I promised him when he signed that I'd play him as an attacking midfielder in a shadow striker role, and we never did, because we never used an attacking midfielder. And there is Belotti's hat-trick. So now we can bring Vardy on, and it's a very different substitution, Belotti for Vardy, than it would have been if he'd got to the 75th minute and he'd not scored. He's come on, got a hat-trick, just confirmed to the world that he's our number one striker now, and now he can go and have a little bit of a rest, get himself ready for Barcelona, while old man Jamie comes on to just wave at the fans and get himself some match fitness, which I'm very happy. It couldn't be going any better. Ikone to Origi. Origi couldn't quite keep hold of the ball there, and we've been sold a little bit short. Sionchu not quite getting there early enough, and Donnarumma has been beaten in goal for Leicester for the first time. And we're not going to worry too much about it. It's certainly not Donnarumma's fault. It's more poor positioning from Sionchu. He didn't really look like he knew whether he was coming or going. Donnarumma did everything you'd expect of him, and it was just a tidy finish. We're not going to be too alarmed by that, but we certainly don't want it to happen again. But we should probably drop a little bit of praise. We're 4-1 up. I think it's only reasonable we say to the lads, this has been a good performance. Well done. Play this well against Barcelona, and who knows what might happen. We might be able to pick up another piece of silverware. The big one, the European Super Cup. You have to win the Champions League to qualify for that, or the Europa League. But, that means it's bigger than the Champions League. Neres drilling it across the 6-yard box. I'm not sure whether it's a shot or a cross. I'm not sure even he knows. I think he's just looked up, seen the far post, decided to hit it really hard in that direction, knowing that it could go in, it could take a deflection, and it's not bad football. But that's a 4-1 win. That was good football. And now we head off to wherever the European Super Cup is played these days. Showing my age, is it still always played in Monaco, or has it spent the last 20 years travelling around Europe? It's at Windsor Park. Definitely not Monaco. Let's go play Barcelona, boys and girls. So a couple of changes for the Barcelona game. Then Aouar comes into the team. Maddison going up onto that left-hand side with Origi dropping out of the team. It was a bit of a coin flip whether we went for Aouar or Renato Sanchez for his debut. But I thought Aouar didn't let us down last year. Sanchez will get his opportunity soon enough. But we do have one more debut taking place today. Luis Felipe, who came in from Lazio. Sorry, never heard of them. My mistake. I was making up words, says the man called LOLLUJO. Felipe comes in at the back with Sionchu dropping down to the bench. We've got to get these debuts in. We've still got Sanchez to look at. I think that's it for the debuts then. I want to look at Chowdhury at some point as well, because although it wouldn't be a debut, I've never had him play for my team. So there's still a few more that we want to have a look at in these early weeks of the season, but we probably don't want to take too many risks and make too many debuts against Barcelona. And there is Barcelona with Lionel Messi in the team. As you'll have seen in yesterday's video, we we did look at signing him, but he's obviously signed a new contract. Nobody expects us to get a result today, so go out there and play without any pressure. I do agree with that. How can we... Which one of these does that? We pump fists and say that? No. We can outstretch our arms and say that. Praise. It's a weird thing to praise them before the game. But you know what? We're playing Barcelona. We're going to lose. They're fresh off the back of a Champions League win. We just need to go out there and have a good time. This is for experience more than anything. And hopefully not having another 8-0 like what Liverpool did to us last season. I don't think I can walk out of a European Super Cup final. Probably doesn't go down very well. Oh, they're a good team, aren't they? They're just knocking it around like we're not really there. This is where we need Donnarumma to have... we've already had Belotti have a performance to really get himself over with the Leicester fans in his early days at the club. Of course, Kasper Schmeichel has been a big Leicester hero for a long time, been at the club possibly even longer than Vardy, part of all their success in recent years. If Donnarumma doesn't endear himself straight away, he's going to have similar problems to what Belotti could have had. So if we get a man of the match performance from Donnarumma to help us win this, that's him. That's him set as our best player in goal as well. And Maddison with the corner. Neres is there. It falls to Ndidi on the edge of the area, who's just going to play it back to Maddison, who'd got himself back onside. He hadn't actually, because he's been given offside. I thought we'd got another corner. Thought I was being clever, but no, alas, not. Donnarumma then. To what? Who is he called? Ramos? Is that what Felipe is known as? Because that's going to break my... That's actually going to break my mind. I thought, did I sign Sergio Ramos? I don't think I did. Is he known as Ramos? This is me not know that he is known as Ramos. Okay. All right. I'll allow it. Kev doesn't watch fancy football. I don't know who he is. He doesn't play in League One. You can be sure if he played in League One, I'd know what his nickname was. James Maddison is carrying an injury, but has just scored a goal against Barcelona. It's Leicester 1, Barcelona 0. We need to keep an eye on what's up with Maddison. He's actually falling fitness-wise very quickly. I don't think he's going to make it to half-time. We need one of those dugout messages to tell us what's wrong with him, but he brought that down beautifully. Lovely little finish. Actually getting to play as the inside forward role that so many of you wanted to see him playing in last year when I was using him as the Mazzala. He's got a pulled groin, so yeah, we do need to take him off. So we've got Origi, Barnes and Iconi who can all come on. I think Harvey Barnes did enough against Dortmund to justify being able to have a go against Barcelona as well. So Barnes on for Maddison, this time as the inside forward on the left-hand side. And we're 1-0 up against Barcelona. This was not on the cards. Imagine Barnes skipping past one Barcelona defender. Harvey Barnes is just better than every defender in Europe. That's what we're learning. Grimaldo, big cross for Neres, and it's 2-0. And he's a superstar straight away. Two of the new signings combine. Barcelona don't know what's hit them. I'm not entirely sure. I understand what's going on here. I can tell you what, I like it rather a lot. I'm having a lovely afternoon. Big, deep cross from Grimaldo. And what a header from Neres. Just dominant header coming in off that right wing. And it's 2-0. And this is very unexpected. Tielemans now with the free kick. I think he was having a shot. He really should have been looking to float that in from that kind of distance. Johnny Evans was lurking. But in the end, he's played it too close to the goalkeeper, who just takes care of it. Ricardo Pereira with a lovely tackle. And it's with Neres again, who is looking for options ahead of him. But he's just decided to keep on running. Who's this Barcelona? I'm not afraid of them. I'm just going to skip past all their players. And Belotti's scored. And it's 3-0. This is like the opposite of what happened to us against Liverpool when I walked out. I feel like I need to do some camera trickery and make a second Kev walk in. If I had an editor, that's the kind of thing that would be happening right now. Green screen would be going up. We'd be going the whole 9 yards. Just imagine it happening, because I don't have an editor, and that's going to take like an hour to do. And it seems unnecessary in an episode 13 of a series that the only people left watching now are the ones who are going to be watching anyway. It's not going to bring in anyone new, is it? Oh, look, there's a second Kev there. Better subscribe to this guy. If you're watching this and you're not yet subscribed, How have you got to episode 13? This is where I do one of those YouTuber stats things. Did you know that 32% of the people watching my videos are not subscribed to my channel? You know what? We're so comfortable. I'm going to find out what the percentage is because I don't actually know. I don't check this kind of thing. It'll be in my analytics somewhere. Just trying not to concede while this is going on. Barcelona are camped out on the edge of our area, but don't worry. In other news, I've logged into the analytics. Belotti's clear here. He's going to make it 4. Oh my! Ter Stegen's rubbish, isn't he? He's no Donnarumma. Right? Did you know 44.1% of the people who've watched my video in the last 28 days have not been subscribed? If you're one of those 44% people, subscribe to the channel. We want to get to 100,000 subscribers this year. This game year. I know I'm not going to do it by the 31st of December, but you know, before FM22. We're 4-0 up. Before FM22, I'd love 100,000 subscribers. So in all seriousness, if you are enjoying the content and you've not yet subscribed, even if you don't usually subscribe to channels, just do it as a favour to old Kev to reward him for being 4-0 up at half-time against Barcelona. I feel like I deserve a reward. I haven't got any chocolate in the house because I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, so I can't reward myself with a Snickers. So maybe a sub from you, that would be a better reward than a Snickers. Certainly less likely to kill me. There's an advert for subscribing. Subscribe to the channel. Probably won't kill Kev. Right. I am utterly delighted with the way things are going. I'm giddy. I'm talking nonsense because I'm giddy. And we're on the attack again. It's bubbling around in their area. They're just not... Barcelona haven't turned up. It could only be a mental thing because of the... it's 5-0. Oh my goodness, it's 5-0. I don't know what to do. I do not know what to do. How do I commentate on this? Oh, look, we've scored again against Barcelona. This is insane. Harvey Barnes. He's good at that's goals against Dortmund and Barcelona on his CV now. Lovely stuff. Shall we stick the reserves out for a bit? I mean, who have we? I mean, perhaps now's the time to have a look at Chowdhury. Why not? How are we? I mean, we could have made it 6. I feel like everything that happened to us against Liverpool, all those nightmares I've been having since, it's all being worked out of my system now. And Donnarumma's a good goalkeeper. Donnarumma is the best goalkeeper on the pitch right now. That's what we're learning from what we're seeing unfold in front of us. Ter Stegen's nothing. Donnarumma is everything. Tielemans with a deep free kick. This time does look for one of our players. Belotti's there, but can't direct his header goalwards. It comes to Ricardo Pereira, who plays it back into Belotti, who drifted out wide and didn't really know what to do with himself out there. And Pereira couldn't stop Dybala from running clear with the ball. And Barcelona should probably be scoring here, although Dybala's entirely on his own, has managed to... I mean, that's a good goal. He's quite good, isn't he? You can't blame Donnarumma for what's just happened there. I love the way he's keeping hold of the ball and not letting De Jong have it. I wouldn't have kicked it forward. I'd have kicked it, accidentally sort of scuffed it sideways. But we should probably have a look at this from the other angle as well, because that, I mean, no goalkeeper in the world saving that. That's nothing against Donnarumma. Right, I agree. Sanchez on for Tielemans makes sense right now, so we can just tell the game to make that change for us. And Ricardo Pereira is also looking tired. So although we've not been recommended that one, that's what I'm just going to step in and make. We've got Castagna and Mbabu down there on the bench. How many subs can we make in this? Can we do multiple substitutes? No. Okay, that's fine. 3 is fine. We should probably drop a little bit of praise because we're 5-1 up against Barcelona. And we're now getting a first look at Renato Sanchez in a Leicester shirt as well. What an opportunity. What a situation to come into the team for the first time. 5-1 up against Barcelona. You can't come in and look bad in that situation, surely. Barnes has just made it 6. I tell you what, there were times this summer where we almost signed a left winger. We absolutely don't need a left winger, do we? We've got an absolutely incredible one there. In the last 2 games we've seen him play, he's got 2 goals against Borussia Dortmund, now 2 goals against Barcelona. Harvey Barnes is our left winger. I apologise to Divock Origi. Your days are numbered because Barnes is, he's just good at football. It's Leicester 6, Barcelona 1. It is like a reversal of Liverpool because we've only got an XG of 1.75. We're not going to get too carried away. We've not utterly dominated them quality-wise. What we have done is just been totally lethal in front of goal. and had a goalkeeper who's had a very good game. Donnarumma, 2 Evans. Johnny Evans never thought he'd be beating Barcelona 6-1 in his career. Evans again, looking for options ahead of him, finds Aouar, who's got all... I mean, every player is in so much space every time the ball comes to them. Barcelona have just stopped trying. Sanchez plays it into Barnes. Harvey Barnes has got a hat-trick against Barcelona. It is Leicester City 7, Barcelona 1. And I did not think this was what was going to happen in today's video. I've run out of ways to describe what's happening. Can we make it 8? I'm going to have to do the reverse walkout. If we make it 8, the green screen's coming out. Oh, I don't even know if it'll fit in this room, but this is stupid. This is properly stupid. Please don't I don't want the green screen out. Please don't make it 8. Evans across to Ramos, because apparently that's what we're calling him. And now Neres, and it is going to be 8, isn't it? We're playing with such ease, such confidence. Castagna's been tackled, and Barcelona just looking like they don't know what to do with the ball. It's like a direct contrast to us. We've got players sat in space constantly. They can't get away from us. Grimaldo now on the left. Barnes was looking for his 4th. Belotti has got number 8. Forget what I said before. You're not having the green screen. It doesn't fit. I'm not doing it. I refuse. But it's Leicester 8, Barcelona 1. Oh my goodness. We're the best team in the world. We might as well end the series here. We're never going to hit a high point like this again. Adjust season expectations. I now think we're capable of winning the Champions League. Based on this performance alone, this has been utterly ridiculous. And now we're getting the fancy animation, because I love a fancy animation. It takes a minute to load, doesn't it? Do we press post-match, or what do we do? No, here we go. Look at me with my beautiful hair. There's the lovely little trophy, and there we have it. Leicester City are the best team in Europe. I think that's how it works. We forget the Champions League. We're the champions of Europe. That's literally what this means, I think. Look, the referees are loving it. They're so proud of what we've achieved. Harvey Barnes. Oh, my word. Belotti. Donnarumma. Is that Barnes doing the cartwheel? He should just be cartwheeling constantly after what he's just done to Barcelona. Well, dressing room, outstretched arms. That was all right, lads. Well done. Same again against Villa, please. Madness. Right. I'll be back tomorrow with... Why isn't it showing? Was it a fever dream? Why is it saying we've not played them yet? Press continue, Kev. Oh, my word. Panicked for a minute there. Right, there you go. Now everybody's happy. Madison's injured, which does take the shine off it a little bit, but not for long. So that's fine. Right, we will be back tomorrow, probably with a Champions League game. It obviously hasn't been drawn yet. Liverpool and Man United is interesting, but a little bit too soon. We want to get some progress into this season now. So probably a Champions League game tomorrow. And then we'll see if we continue to be really, really, really good at football. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.